So I'm skimming through, YouTube, and I see this video, Keisha, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, scolds the looters and the people that are rioting and ATL, right? Now, prior to that, I was looking at this one video and I saw, the ATLians, at the CNN building. They were tearing it apart. They were all in Centennial Park, and they were just tearing up things, right? And looting and burning up stuff, and I was just like, wow, I was just taken back. Now, taking heed, I understand why. I understand why in these major cities, people are going crazy. It's because they're frustrated. Once again, we have seen a black man die by the hands of white police officers. And people are frustrated. And we're tired of being a bigger man, because in this particular situation, the bigger man had a knee to his neck, stating that he couldn't breathe, stating that they're gonna kill me, stating that he needs help. His mother. And no one helped him. And the cop kept his knee on that man's neck, the bigger man's neck, until he died, and still kept his neck 2 minutes and something odd seconds later, after the fact. So people are frustrated. And for the mayor of Atlanta to get up there and scold the rioters and the looters, or rather the citizens of Atlanta, piss me off, because she knows why they're out there. We're tired of being a bigger man, because the bigger man always gets killed, and you cannot dictate how a person protests. You can't. And let me tell you something else, another thing, because this is what she said. She said, y'all don't know how to protest, and y'all need to go home. But this is another thing. Not only can you dictate to a person or persons on how they protest, it doesn't make sense for a person to protest when something violently happened to them. You see, you're from the old school, and if you're not, you have that old mentality, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom. And that old mentality is the Dr. Martin Luther King mentality. And you mentioned him, and I'm tired of you all mentioning Dr. Martin Luther King. That man is dead. He can't do nothing for me. I'm alive, as well as my family, and we have to do what we have to do for ourselves now. And his method of that holding hands and marching, some crying and also singing, "We shall overcome someday," by getting hit, and while getting hit in the head with rocks, being sprayed with a fire hose, and having dogs sicked on them. That is not the proper way of protesting. That's what you want us to do? You want us to get bit by dogs? You want us to hold each other's hands and sing Kumbaya, my Lord? Kumbaya, oh Lord, Kumbaya. We're gonna sing next, Master. We shall overcome. What? That didn't do nothing for them back then. It ain't do nothing for us now. You can't dictate how a person protests. You talk about Dr. Martin Luther King. I don't care about him when it comes to this. Black people, innocent black people, are dying every day by the hands of cops. And if it's not every day, it's almost every day or every other day. It seems as though it is every day. Because when I look at the news, I'm always seeing somebody on the ground, dead. And it's a cop that's standing over him. Period. And I'm tired of it. And the people of Atlanta are tired of it. And you're going to have the nerve to sit back and say that you need to go home. You see what's so funny? Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, with all due respect, You're telling people to go home, but we just went through this coronavirus thing. And as of June the 1st, if I'm not mistaken, this is in Charlotte, so I don't know if it's specifically in Atlanta as well, but as of June the 1st, it is legal for these landlords and people that manage apartments to start filing papers for evictions. So sooner than later, a lot of these people that you're telling them to go home, they're not gonna have a home to go to. Because they've been out of work or been forced out of work for over 2 months. With all due respect, man. You're telling people to go home, but those people that tore up CNN, the CNN building and all that area, right? They may have somewhere to go, but you fail to mention those homeless people that are several feet away from the CNN building in Woodruff Park, where late at night you'll see a bunch of them. They don't have anywhere to go. They can't go home. Or let's go further down, like where Grady Hospital is. All those homeless people can't even afford to feed themselves. Let's go down Edgewood Avenue, Auburn Avenue. Let's go down where Dr. Martin Luther King was born. Let's go down in that area where the memorial center that's for Dr. Martin Luther King. All in that whole area is nothing but a bunch of homeless people. You don't want to talk about the problems that exist in your backyard, such as homelessness, and the lack of jobs. And yeah, Atlanta is a black city, but they also have racism as well. And Metro Atlanta, especially Metro Atlanta. We all know, I knew this for a fact, that no black, you black and you living in Forsyth County, oh, no, you can't do that. Alpharetta, they're racist. Sandy Springs, I got stopped by the cops 4 times in 1 year. Dunwoody, Cobb County, woo! I remember one time I seen on the news, right? This white lady got stopped by Cobb County police, right? Off of 75, Highway 75. For people that live there or born and raised there, y'all know exactly what highway I'm talking about, right? It was right before you get to the Atlanta city limits, right? Stop the lady. The lady is nervous. She's reaching for her phone, and she's like, I just don't want to get shot. And the Cobb County police said to her, haven't you seen on the news? We only shoot black people. So Mayor, stop it. Stop it. You got a lot to deal with in your own backyard. Period. But I see that you are part of the bourgeois blacks, because there are a lot of bourgeois blacks that's down there in Atlanta that think just because they got a little bit of money that they're not black anymore, or that they're better. Your Buckhead black folks, your Sandy Spring black folks, that moved out of Atlanta. I moved out of the hood. Now I stay in this big home, this big house. No. You know why they're frustrated. But you have the nerve to get on national TV and embarrass them. Embarrass them. I'm gonna let y'all know. For those that don't know, Atlanta, Metro, especially Metro Atlanta, it's racism. It's racism. Atlanta is not what you think it is. Atlanta has a lot of problems. And 2 of the biggest ones is homelessness and the lack of jobs. The third one, sex trafficking. They got a whole bunch of problems. But you're gonna have the nerve. They go on national TV and embarrass the citizens of Atlanta, knowing that they're sick and tired of what's going on in the United States, but specifically in their own backyard. You seem to forget about that 93-year-old that you all killed, the police officers, with that knock search warrant. Shot and killed a 93-year-old woman. You seem to forget about that vet that was kind of, messed up in the head. Took off all his clothes and was running towards the officer butt naked. And the officer killed him, shot and killed him. Butt naked, unarmed. Pleased with that. And I forgot that the black man's name that y'all killed a few years ago, shot him 30 times. So pleased with that. Before you start yapping and throwing your people under the dirt, know why. I know why they're frustrated. And even though I don't necessarily agree with them tearing down buildings and blowing up stuff and all the rest of that, I at least understand. Period. Get that Dr. Martin Luther King mess out of here. Period. It's a new day and time. He's dead. He's gone. We're here. And we have to fend for ourselves. Much love to the Atlanteans. Period. Because I truly understand where y'all coming from. My name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video. 1.